Look around you, different things born out of truth and passion. Business software, it's our craft, our identity. Thoughtfully engineered, passionately designed to help you transform your business. Zoho, made in India, made for the world.
But let's tell you about another controversy there coming in from one of the supporters of Pakistan, that is Mehbooba Mufti. A major row that has erupted over PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti's recent article. In it, she seems to be openly batting for terrorist Yasin Malik and claiming that wrongs were done to both him and Afzal Guru, calling it as a tragedy of two Kashmiris. Now, Mehbooba Mufti went further, labeling Afzal Guru as a scapegoat and describing Yasin Malik as a peace envoy, where she's also raised concerns about what she terms as a crisis in the Indian judicial system. Now, this is where, to the extent that she is actually gone, when she seems to be writing to the Union Home Minister Amit Shah with a plea for clemency for jailed terrorists like Yasin Malik. Let's get in a word from Sahil Suhail. Sahil, is she completely overlooking when it comes to the Indian judicial system? What happened with Afzal Guru? What's happening with Yasin Malik now? Can he be even compared to a peace envoy?
Well, this is not a surprising statement or a write-up from Mehbooba Mufti. She has been defending Yasin Malik or Afzal Guru from quite some time, and we had seen earlier this week Mehbooba Mufti had written to Home Minister Amit Shah seeking mercy for Yasin Malik, basically suggesting that Yasin Malik has worked for the peace, and she basically had given references to the petition that that this Yasin Malik basically had filed in Delhi High Court, wherein Yasin Malik had detailed his journey. Mehbooba Mufti believing that that Yasin Malik was basically working on the instructions of Government of India or intelligence agencies, and under which he met Hafiz Saeed, the Lashkar-e-Taiba chief in Pakistan, and in other, in fact, worked or participated in the backchannel talks or peace negotiations between the two countries. So what Mehbooba Mufti is trying to put out is that Yasin Malik was working for peace, and at the same time, the write-up, in fact, that she has written today, while in fact she's drawing a comparison and saying that the in fact state was making people scapegoat for short-term goals, pointing out in fact about Afzal Guru, how he was basically hanged, and raising questions over the judicial process through which both the cases had in fact gone. In fact, Yasin Malik, the JKLF chief, is facing serious charges of terrorism and in fact terror funding. That's going through a judicial process, and at this point in time, Mehbooba Mufti is
But why is she taking up the coverage on behalf of a jailed, terrorist like Yasin Malik? Is she completely overlooking the Indian judicial system? Because she seems to be, in that article that she has penned, raising concerns about what she terms as a crisis for Indian justice.
Yes, exactly. This is the, in fact, the overall perspective or the narrative Mehbooba Mufti wants to put out, raising questions of judiciary. In fact, saying that the innocents were basically punished, but the real culprits were protected. So this is the point that Mehbooba Mufti is in fact making.
So overlooking when it comes to the Indian judicial system, overlooking when it comes to the sacrifices that have been made by Indian bravehearts, overlooking the number of people who have been killed by these terrorists, she continued to back for them, even seeking clemency for Yasin Malik. Thank you very much for the moment, Sahil Suhail, for joining us here on the broadcast.